Hello everyone, and sorry I didn't do this video last week as planned, but let's just say last week was just a really crazy week and there was a lot of things going on, so I actually ended up having to reschedule the video for this week, and at least I was able to do one video last week, which was the Cardfight Vanguard review, which I really do hope you guys actually did end up enjoying overall, and I'm definitely planning to do more of them in the future. But, you know, the question I asked you a couple of weeks ago was, as far as the anime goes, which one do you like more, Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? Now, if we were talking about video games, which is the main reason I didn't ask you guys, was because the easy answer would be Pokemon. And it's not just because of the fact that there are much more Pokemon games as there are Yu-Gi-Oh!, but also because some of the biggest selling games on the 3DS that make the 3DS sell so well is the Pokemon games. And because of that, it would have been just a super easy answer, and it would have been just kind of pointless to actually ask you guys. Now, I wish there were more Yu-Gi-Oh! Games, and I honestly haven't played one for a very long time. I mean, unless you consider the Dueling Network, which isn't owned or created by the original people that made Yu-Gi-Oh!, but it's a web browser-based game, and, you know, I definitely played it recently. I was dueling with a couple of friends, or at least one, and I was testing out a deck, and I was trying to figure out exactly which things I need to take out, add in, and how I need to change it up overall, and I still do actually need to finish that deck overall. But, you know, as far as the anime goes, one of you guys answered this, and this is something that, you know, is definitely true to me as well, is as far as the show goes, Pokemon, you know, for a while, even as much as I love the show, it felt like at a certain point in time, it felt like there was a bunch of reruns, and I mean a lot of reruns. Even though they had new episodes released, there was just so many reruns. And on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Side of things, just the way what the story is, and just the way they did the show and everything, you know, I felt like it was that show that got me excited, and it was just, it gave me something to look forward to every single week, which is really great, and that's something you want to look for in a show, is something that gets you excited, and something to look forward to later or early that week, you know. And it's just, it's really, really great to see that kind of thing. And it was definitely on the top of my watch list. And it was something I definitely was well focused on. It's something I was really into. And I'm still into Yu-Gi-Oh! Today, you know, just mostly, you know, the actual card game out of anything. But, you know, I'd love to see more video games. And I would definitely have to say that, you know, even though I love the Pokemon show, you know, I definitely do still love it. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the one I was really more into overall, you know, and the one that I just really, really got excited over, like a new episode is going to come up. So, I mean, you know, it's definitely something I absolutely did enjoy actually seeing. So, for those of you that actually didn't get to answer that question a couple of weeks ago, then make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Maybe that will change up my thoughts, like, oh, it looks like, you know, some people actually do prefer Pokemon overall. I would actually love to hear what you guys think. But for this week's question, we're going to get into the really interesting question starting this week. And it's not going to be a very simple question, you know, at least as far as like compared to the past ones, but it's definitely going to be simple up front, but one with unique answers possibly. And that is, out of all universes, as far as like animes and stuff like that goes, which two animes would you love to see a crossover with? Now, if you want, you could also answer what video game you would love to see do a crossover with an anime. As long as it includes an anime, and as long as they at least answer the first one, I would really love to hear what you guys think. And I must say, right off the bat, there's a lot of possibilities, and there's a lot of interesting ones that are just crazy ones, whether it has to do with strength or certain characters just being in the same universe. Like, I wonder how they would carry a conversation. Like, it's one of those questions that could just get you babbling on, and there's just so many different answers that all have good and cool and interesting things actually about them. So I definitely look forward to actually hearing your guys' responses in the comment section, and I will say right off the bat that I have at least 2, maybe 3 answers just right off the bat rolling in my head, but I'm going to have to wait till next week to actually answer you guys, and I really, really can't wait to actually read your guys' answers because there are just so many possibilities. It could be cool, it could be interesting, it could be just very different, or maybe just something we could have never expected, like, wow, I never thought of that. Why didn't I think of that? Or maybe something that makes the most sense as far as like how they actually work together. Maybe they just get along and just the way their universes are, maybe they merge together in just a much more seamless way without too many complications or something like that. You know, I mean, there's just a lot of different ways you can answer. And if you want to, you can answer multiples of them. You know, I mean, you can have one of a little bit of everything, the weird ones, the cool ones, the interesting ones, and maybe just the ones that make the most sense. I mean, there's just, there's so many possibilities, but I'm gonna really try to stop babbling on, but one of my friends has actually already done a video response to this video, so if you would love to actually hear his response, then you'll see at the very end of this video, and I will right off the bat say that he definitely did not go for the simple answers of like something like Naruto, One Piece, or Bleach, One Piece, or Bleach and Naruto. None of that kind of stuff. He was thinking outside the box, and he looked into something that, you know, you would definitely not really imagine or really expect for someone to actually answer. So it's definitely going to be much more interesting than some of them might actually be. So I would really appreciate if you guys actually watch that video if you want to. And yeah, so thank you all again guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.